Oh, I'm looking crazy right now. What up, y'all? Hold on. I'm looking real crazy right now. Hey, y'all. I figured I'd record the next crafting session and share it with y'all. So I got some new stuff for the second one, which is gonna make it go a lot better. Um, we got the molds for the bookmarks. I'm probably only gonna make like two of them tonight. I'm not gonna mix a lot. These are all my castles. We don't need those. So this is alcohol ink. So yep, it's does it come with the ooh, it comes with the thicker white, which might not work on the bookmarks. And I'll have to show you what that's used for one day. I've seen it in a video. This is like the thinner stuff. So we've got to pick out some colors to play with. I don't know. Do I want to do four? I don't want to waste too much material. I mean, it's not going to be a lot, but let's just go with two today. We don't need the sleeves. All right, and this is epoxy resin pigment paste. This is thicker stuff that we want to dye. Well, we don't want to use clear, I guess. Um, we might play with that a little bit. So we got some red glitter. So I think I'm gonna do. I think we're gonna work with red today, so we can play around with the glitter. So I guess we'll go with cherry. We got a lot of reds in here. Cherry, ruby. We're gonna go with cherry. Um, one of them I'm gonna do a specific theme. The other one I'm gonna do like different colors. So cherry, glitter. I'm gonna want. I'm gonna have to pull all these out. I can't see all the colors. How many whites are in here? Yeah, like different whites. Ooh, black. Put that to the side. Yeah. Man, they got a bunch of colors. So let's find our reds. All right, this one's a deep red. I think that's going to go good with the cherry, whereas this one's a bright red. This one's bright too. So yeah, we got the deep red there. We're gonna go with the liquidy white. Don't know how that, like every video I've seen, I've not seen anybody use the liquidy white. They've used the thick alcohol ink white. So that'll be interesting. And this isn't a whole lot of it either. All right. I am gonna pull. See, we got Monarch plain white. They're almost identical. So we're gonna put those to the side with the black. And then for the other one, I want to kind of do like blues. Clover green. It's hard to see, like what I can see, but it's kind of a pretty green. I say we do blue, green, and pink. Yeah, terrible on my camera. We'll just drop these in a little bit. And I say we pair it with this blue. That one. We're going to go with that one. I don't want to mix up too much because, you know, I'm just doing a little bit. So let's just go from there. Let's get what we don't need out the way. So the guy that I watched a video and a guy had a really good idea on how to like measure how much you need. So you fill this up with water and pour it into your measuring cup. And then you could see how much water is in the cup. So that's how much epoxy you're gonna need. So you'll need like you need the hardener and the resin itself. And it's a 1-to-1. So equal parts. Pretty simple. So I'm gonna go get my water measurements and be right back. All right. I know exactly. I know exactly how much I need now. So basically, for 2 bookmarks, I just have to fill each cup with each one of those to that line. So let's put on our gloves, and I'm gonna move the camera. Uh, I guess we'll leave it like that for now. It is hard to see my molds. All right, this will make getting the molds easier. So put that one there. And I mean, I can grab my camera. Come on, you stupid ass. Thing we got the power of editing. Why is it like this? Oh. All right, we got it where you can see the molds better. Although we don't need them here this very second. So I'm going to set them to the side. So we got our cups. I should probably raise the camera. All right, that's looking much better. I believe so. So we got our cups, we got our gloves. I'm gonna put them on because this stuff is sticky. All right. First, I think we're gonna go with let's go with the reds and stuff. I need to buy better cups. I need to buy like little medicine cups, like a bunch of them. So how do we want? Maybe we just do one design today since I'm only doing two. Yeah, we'll do the pinks and blues and greens. All right, cups, cups, cups. All right, let's grab. We got the hardener. I believe I have my image reversed on OBS, so you probably can't even read it. All right. All right. That looks good. I hate the spillage on this container. It's got to be something I can get to screw on this thing. I guess because of the spillage. I mean, I'll be doing like bigger sessions once I get this down pat. So, doing a little bit of spillage on 100 bookmarks is different than doing a little bit of spillage doing two bookmarks here, two bookmarks. Ooh, almost messed that up. I want the other container. This is the resin itself. This is the thicker stuff. Looks good. So, this stuff will never get hard until you mix the two sides together, which is pretty cool. But the second you mix them up, then the chemical reaction begins. This stuff takes like at least 3 days to cure. There's different resins and stuff. This one's actually not specifically a crafting resin, but I did see that a lot of people that do crafts say that one's really good, so that's the one I got. And it was at Home Depot. Uh, we might need a tiny bit more. Oh, it might have been a little much, but you know what? We're just gonna go with it. So then you pour the hardener into the resin. I don't think it really matters, but that's what it says. And you want to do this as gentle as possible to avoid as many bubbles. But we're going to have solution to get bubbles out anyway. Here we go. You want to scrape out as much as possible. I should cut these in half before I start crafting. Every time I do this, I figure out something new to make it better for myself. Because this right here is difficult. It'd be easier if the cup was half the height. We're getting all kinds of spillage right here. That's why we put down the plastic. So now we're just going to gently stir it. And I'm going to do that for, I don't know, like 5 minutes. Of course, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch it. And one thing I haven't done that I should be doing is leveling the table. I'm sure this table's not level. And then I need to level like wherever I'm doing the craft and where it's gonna dry. But I'm not exactly trying to make a finished product. Or I'm not trying to make a sellable product right now. This batch is me getting my foot wet with the alcohol ink and the other dye. Okay, I'm done mixing it. So a lot of bubbles in it right now, but most of them will work themselves out because the chemical reaction produces a lot of heat. Um, Once we're done pouring, we'll be able to use a lighter to get the rest of them. You could also use like a hair dryer, but I don't have one on me right at this second, and I have a lighter on me, so that's what I'm going to be using. Now it sounds like Beth has texted me. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, nope, it was Bailey. You're going to bed. I better say goodnight before you turn that phone off. You have been texted. If you don't get it tonight, you'll get it in the morning. Alright, gloves back on. Alright, I think it's wise to let the stuff set a little bit. I think it's wise to let this stuff set a little bit. So I'm going to do that. Alright, I'm thinking about like how I want the design to look. I mean, I don't know how it's going to turn out to be in the first place, but hmm, maybe we do red on this side, white on this side, clear on most of it. And then we'll do the alcohol ink in the clear and just see what it turns out to be like. Or we do the red, a thin layer of the white, and then use all this for the alcohol ink and the glitter. Yeah. Well, let's pour. This isn't going to be flat, but this is what I'm going to have to use so y'all can see the mold better. I don't think you can see it very good like that. No. let's just get to work. Let's go ahead and pour the clear. Oh, we'll do it both ways. We'll do one way and one the other. Duh. Let's go ahead and get some more. Get some in this one. That may have been a little much. Because I still got to make some other colors. Alright. Let's split whatever we got remaining. That was weird. Wish you could have seen what just happened. It's starting to solidify. Alright. We're going to take. Oh, it's got a thing on it. I like this red. A very serious red. Don't know how much I'm gonna need. Alright, we're mixing up the red. Very pinky red. Kind of wasn't expecting that. You know what? Let's rock it. For now. And then we got a very pinky red. Let's go ahead and get our white going. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't mean to cuss. My bad. You didn't hear shit. I'm having difficulty. Alright. I was having problems getting that white open. And I just put. I may have put the white in the wrong thing. This stuff's setting up. We gotta go. I'm pushing the envelope on how thick it's getting. That's for sure. I realized it takes 3 days to cure, but I didn't think it would get thick that fast. And we may not have enough. Yeah, this thing not being flat is definitely taking its toll. I think we gotta mix a tiny bit more up. Which sucks, because I don't even gotta mix up a lot. Just and hopefully that's about right. If it's not, then it's on me. Pretty much just wasted some of my white because of that. Well, next time I do this, I'm gonna need something for getting. All right, mix up some new white. Put a little bit of white over here. Well, I didn't mean to do that. I guess we're putting some dots. I forgot to put some glitter in here. Okay, let's get crazy with it. You didn't hear me say that one. All right, they're full. We've made a little bit of a mess. Uh, Before we do the alcohol ink, get these bubbles. There's a piece of hair. Damn it, Wes. Alright. Not perfect on the bubbles, but it's pretty close. Um, Hair and dust is getting in there. Okay. So there's that. Let's get it good. Not a crazy design. Again, we're just experimenting some techniques. Now let's. Hopefully, we didn't let it get too hard, but I'm going to try the alcohol ink now. Let's go with the red. Ooh, messy. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know what it's going to look like on the other side, but let's take this. We'll play around with it a little bit. Just kind of get an idea. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Pretty good. I have a feeling I should have done the white last. I don't know. Actually, I think the way most people do it is they layer it. Like I would have done one super thin layer. But I mean, I'm gonna do that. I really do gotta make sure it's leveled. Just trying to get some Some of this red. Yeah. Bet you layering it is the play. I do like that though. Let's put some dots over here. Hopefully, I'm not covering too much. Pretty cool. I don't want to use too much of it at once. Now, I do want to see what not the sinking white. You know what? You want to add turquoise and a blue. All right. Two little dabs of blue. Now, I want to see what turquoise looks like. That's what I'm looking for. Man, so messy, like busting the holes in those. Ooh. Ooh. Kind of an ugly design, but I just kind of want to see the colors. Take our toothpick. Just kind of like there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. We're just doing it. I think I'm gonna go with that. I don't know. Maybe I should do. I think I should do a drop of red there. Let's just do one in the corner because I want to see what it looks like on the other side. Just like that. Without mixing. All right. Get this out. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a closer look. These. didn't end up using the glitter. That's okay. Let me try and get y'all a nice, good, close look. For some reason, the colors just aren't quite the same on the camera as it is in person. Yep, I'm gonna let those dry overnight, and we'll check them in the morning. That's gonna be it. All right, well, I'm gonna clean up, and all we can do now is let them cure. So I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Goodbye.